live action comic book costumes have come a long way, with even the TV versions evolving into something that's not embarrassing to be caught watching when your cool friend Chris comes over. Stupid Chris thinks he's so good because he can dunk. Piece of shit. Anyways, let's take a look at some of the best comic book movie costumes or designs, bearing in mind that I've only decided to choose one from every franchise. Because that's a rule I for some reason have set myself that I'll probably stick to. I don't know, let's find out. The Hellboy movies have a super impressive array of creature designs. It's a who's who of, these are some pretty good animatronics, or is that CGI? What a seamless blend. And as much as I love Abe Sapien, I think I gotta give it to Ron Perlman's Hellboy getup. The prosthetics and makeup required take around 4 hours to apply, but the end result is well worth it. It's like the character himself has leapt from the comic book pages and onto the big screen. And that's pretty great. Despite what you may think of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, psst, it's pretty garbage. I believe that Spider-Man suit is the best visual representation of the character that we've seen so far. The shape and the size of the eyes, the coloring, the way it ripples when he moves. It's truly spectacular, like some kind of spectacular man in a really good Spider-Man costume. I mean, it's like the character himself has leapt from the pages of a comic book and onto the big screen. And hopefully the next incarnation can be just as good, and who knows, maybe even a little bit better. Most of the Marvel Cinematic Universe costume designs are pretty great, with the exception of Captain America in the Avengers. I mean, what is this? It looks like they've just taken a grown man and wedged him into children's pajamas. Now, I was tossing up between the Hulk and Iron Man, but in the end, I went with the latter, because I feel the first MCU incarnation of the Hulk was a bit shaky, but Iron Man has always been dead on. And there are so many amazing versions to choose from, especially after 3. Because in that one, they just went B-A-N-A-N-A-N-A-Z. Banan and Naz. My personal favorite design is the suitcase armor, because it really looks like it leapt off the pages of a comic book and onto the big screen, which is an expression that I am very reluctant to ever use. Next up, let's go with Rorschach from Watchmen. Now, many of the Watchmen characters look as if they've leapt off the page and onto the big screen, but none were quite as leapy as Rorschach. It's a relatively simple design. Trench coat, hat, blotchy mask. But it would have been a mistake to add any additional elements to this. Now, a lot of what makes this costume work is down to Jackie Earle Haley, who perfectly encapsulates the role, but as mentioned, the reason that this one stands out is that they just kept it simple. Also, fun fact, they added nipples to Ozymandias' suit as a nod to Batman and Robin. It's a nice touch. It's as if they've leapt off one muscular plastic sculptured torso and onto another. Finally, the X-Men. No, not that one. No. Well, you know, jury's still out. There it is. The X-Men First Class costume designs have done something that the other movies just failed to do. Add color. And you might say, hey, that colored lining in The Last Stand, that counts. But I say, shut up, Chris! I mean, whoever. It doesn't. Maybe it's the sweet relief of getting comic-accurate X-Men costumes that makes these so appealing. I don't know. But these blue and yellow outfits manage to A, pay homage to the source material, and B, suit the 1960s era appropriately without looking ridiculous. Well done, X-Men First Class, on your costumes. Leaping off the page and onto the big screen. Also, you're the best X-Men movie. 2 compliments. Thanks everyone. Now if you liked this, other videos you may enjoy will also be linked below and at the end of this video, including one on worst comic book costumes that I haven't made yet. The thumbnail will look something like this, but you know, less terrible. Probably. Also, I have a podcast called The Weekly Planet that will also be linked below. Some people enjoy it, some people do not. You may choose to listen to it, but regardless, know that the world will keep spinning, and that most things we do have no consequence. Question though, what do you consider to be the best live-action comic book movie costume? There's so many I didn't mention, so if you do have any thoughts, please feel free to leave them below. Alright, thanks everyone, take care.